Again Wednesday. This is Hello Again Wednesday, number 23. Number 23. It's kind of cloudy here in Southern California. Actually, especially early this morning, we had black clouds. It really looked like it was going to rain, and it didn't. We live right on the coast, and so we get that coastal winds that come in, and it just, as you think something's going to happen, for the most part, a lot of times it just blew right up. I can see the mountains; they surround us, and looked like it was pouring down rain on the mountains, but not here where I was. So I had to turn on the sprinklers for the grass to grow, and the lemon tree in the front especially to grow, and so. This is how it is here in Southern California. The sun is actually trying to peek out of the clouds. I'm looking out my office window. I'm trying to peek out the clouds. It's in the middle 60s. For Sophia this morning, it was, "Papa, shut the door. It's cold." And so I know some of you are going, "That ain't cold." And it was probably 60. I don't know, but it's chilly for some of us here in Southern California with that kind of a thought process. I hope everyone is doing well today on this Hello Again Wednesday. It's either morning or afternoon for you as you're watching live right now. And so today, what I want to do, I'm just going to check and see how things are going. Yeah, things are going pretty good with this morning. I'm still on. That is a good thing. This morning or this afternoon, whatever, I want to talk about together. And so for a year or more, we have actually been sometimes forced or required or always told that separation is best, that physical distance is demanded. You just look down on the floor and you see all your dots or whatever, or your lines, or people even forcing or somehow or requiring. And I understand all of that. I'm not here to bring a ruckus about it or cause arguments about physical distance or separation. But what I do want to talk about is, like I did last week, the opposite side of it, and understanding an even greater, healthier thought process. I understand on the distance and stuff for health. I see the science. The science is very confusing right now. Surges, no surges. I'm just not even going to go there. But I want to talk about the opposite side, about something that is even healthier than physical distancing and total separation. It is healthier. Okay. And so I'm going to make those points. And I'm telling you what, one of the things that I've seen and learned is always open up your eyes, open up your ears so that you can take in everything. You will hear truth. You will hear, you will see truth. And it'll make you even question when people are saying the truth, but then doing totally the opposite. Elijah, 7 years old, was watching a cooking show with Mama, with Connie, and he noticed this. And this was his question. Why? Because there was separation in the audience. Why are they wearing masks, but the cooks and the leader is not? And you're like, whoa, And so I'm just going to leave it at that. As you listen to, kids are good. You know what? When there was all these lockdowns and stuff, kids understood what was healthy, and they gathered in the parks. They jumped the fence and gathered in locked parks. In fact, it wasn't just kids. There was adults gathering in the parks. And I say this because a park is a half a block from our house, and they played basketball and they played tennis and they had the dogs out. And then eventually the city realized you got to open the parks back up. Technically, they were already open to the public, in the public doing the gathering, but now the politicians come in and tell you, oh yeah, it's open. Well, it's been open. And so they understand what is healthy when they do meet up. And that's what I'm going to talk about for just a little bit. Give me a few minutes. You know what? And I'm going to break it into two pieces. One piece you're not going to get, because I'm actually working on a sermon series, and I hate to call it that because it's more of, I have a couple of Sundays lined up on talking about together. And there's even I'll tell you, what triggered me is I did see there is an actual sermon series. I understand that, called Better Together, but I'm going to go in a different thought process. But those words really triggered me. Better together. And so, you know what? It really is better. Better together really is, or together is better when you're together. That's just the way it is. Okay. But aside from a sermon series that triggered my thought process for today, it's this, on that togetherness. I mean, think about what is better together, especially when you look, and I'm not going to get in the whole thing today, but there is a healthier aspect. There's a healthier aspect for our community when we're together. Why? Because there's a lot of lonely people out there. Think about the suicide rate that has skyrocketed of people in your community. And so there needs to be this healthier aspect. And in order to help people, you have to have communication with them. You have to be connected to them. Okay. Or how about in your work? For a better work environment, you know what? We have all struggled through Zoom. In fact, this is what this is, right? It's not Zoom, but we're on video, but we're not connected physically together. But it is close. But it is better when it's together. And how about in school? Today in Southern California, or here in the far west Los Angeles area, the kids are going back to school, not just Zoom. And I'm telling you what, it is like that first day experience, the excitement of, some of these kids have met their friends in the park, like I said, and there's an even greater excitement of doing school together, of being educated, of growing your mind together with individuals. And I'm going to get into that healthier is because it's easier. All right. Or how about in your friendships, togetherness? Can you imagine? Friends, with a lot of people or acquaintances, I have a lot. And thank you very much. It was my birthday on Monday, and I got a lot of birthday wishes. I'm still trying to click through, because this is one of the things that I feel of connectivity. If you're going to do it on an online apparatus thing, is don't just hit the like button. I'm trying to not just hit like. I'm trying to just give some words of, man, I hope everything's well with everyone. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Right back to you with, I hope everything is well with you as I continue to click through all that stuff to be connected, or any kind of relationship. Better together is just better. I read some articles, with some intro thought processes and stuff, and I came across one. I didn't write his name down. I believe it is a pastor. On this one article I read, it might not have been, it might have been someone else, but an executive. I know I'm looking at one that's an executive director, but anyways, I read this article about togetherness. Okay. We were made to be with others, but too often we walk through this world alone. He goes on to say, I read an article that a recent study revealed that the number of Americans who say they have no close friends has roughly tripled in the last 2 decades. That's sad. Quote, 0 is almost the most common response when people are asked how many confidants they have. Man, that is really a lonely separation, alone time. It goes on. That may seem strange in the era, and it does, of Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, or the boundless digital connectivities. But the friends orbiting at the farthest reaches of our digital galaxy aren't the ones that matter when it comes to our happiness and sense of well-being. I don't believe he's trying to eliminate them, but he's trying to bring us to this thought process that better together, or together, is better. And we're talking about our well-being. Okay? And it goes on, because we were made to be with others in person. The article kept going on. Look at the basic building blocks of genuine friendship. And I think sometimes, especially in this past year, we have forgotten the basics. The basic building blocks of genuine friendship and community. Things like acceptance, encouragement, someone to suffer with, someone to provoke us to do the right thing, someone to share the best of ourselves. And I know right now some of you are thinking, well, I do that on Facebook, or I do that on YouTube, or I do that on all those other platforms. I do all of that. And that's fine. But it really is healthier if we walk through life really a lot more together than rather what I see on a screen. Okay? That's just me. Maybe it's just me. I'm a very much introvert. This was really weird, probably for like some listening. I'm a huge introvert. Huge. In fact, I'd rather be at home on a lot of things. I'm in my office right now, but I also understand the importance of a healthy in-person connectivity thing. I'm going to go on in just a minute. One of the things that we've done, I'm going to go back to a church thought process. It comes from listening. As I listen to people, you find out that, they're missing something. A lot of our people in our area, we have a lot of homelessness. We have a lot of low income. And a lot of people relied on the library for sitting with one another quietly, but still sitting with individuals. Or actually, they had the only opportunity of connecting virtual with emails, and just to email, to send a note to someone was through the library, and the library was closed. And you know what? I'm sad of myself because I let a year go by, and then it dawned on me, wait, I'm really listening. And to help some of these people be connected to their family members across the country is to open up the church area and give them our Wi-Fi for free and let them communicate with other family members, or to do things in such a way, such as getting online to do the vaccine. I mean, there's things where people just needed help, but they needed that help in person. And so we had to do that and open things up, because together is better. I understand that on these platforms that I'm going to bring it down to the alone time. Okay. You know what? I can do projects real easy by using YouTube. Some people might do Hey Siri, or Hey Alexa, or Hey Google, or whatever. I have done many projects. I get the project the way I want it. I have the pace that I want, and I can really do it by using YouTube. In fact, I've done some of my best projects, fixer-uppers, with YouTube. I understand that, but I want us to never forget that probably every project could be done faster, and maybe even better, with 2 or more extra hands in that project. So yeah, together is better. And it helps out. I read some other place, actually, as I was going through some things, and it just reminded me, as they wrote it, of the scriptures found in Ecclesiastes. I'm going to go back to, you know what? If you want some things on having a better life or a better togetherness, you will find great things where, yeah, this makes so much sense. In the scriptures, people think the do's and don'ts. I think, look what God has given us in small phrases that help us have a better life, even better together. Okay. In Ecclesiastes chapter 4, it talks about that cord of 3 strands, and it talks about it's better than just one strand, and it's better together, and it's less likely to lose strength or to break. And so in Ecclesiastes chapter 4, starting at verse 9, it says this, ready? 2 people are better off than one, for they can help each other succeed. If one person falls, the other can reach out and help. But someone who falls alone is in real trouble. I'm going to pause there. I mean, does that not go back to those commercials? Help, I've fallen and I can't get up. I mean, come on. We understand that 2 or 3 is better. If you fall alone, you're in real trouble. Verse 11, likewise, 2 people lying close together can keep each other warm. But how can one be warm alone? Verse 12, a person standing alone can be attacked and defeated, but two can stand back to back and can conquer. Three are even better, for a triple braided cord is not easily broken. This is what health is. When I talk about better together, like I said, I didn't want to argue anything. I want us to understand we can never forget that together is always better. And you know what? Together, so have a starting point. I always tell people lately, have a starting point. Start, you know what? If you happen to find yourself alone, in a room by yourself, in a house by yourself, if you find yourself really being, that you personally are doing the physical distancing or even the separation, never forget that even you have that opportunity of connectivity, of better together, starting with God. Okay? So what are you doing to make that thing of connecting in your life? What are you doing to make it closer or better? Maybe sometimes we need to put down that phone, close that laptop or whatever, turn the TV off, stop, or turn the TV on and play a video game with someone right next to you. Maybe you need to do that. What are you doing to do that and have it better? Because better together really is better when we are together. In a few hours, we're having our Bible study here at Culver City Church of God, where I'm at in the office here. No, not in my office downstairs, but we are in the book of Matthew. It starts at 4 p.m. Pacific time here for us on the Pacific Coast. A great way for you to hook up with connectivity is to hook up with a church near you. Check out and see if they have a Bible study or a small group or a cell group or a growth group, anything where you can connect and be a part of it. Have some fun with it and be connected with people. It's better together. As always, I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday and a wonderful weekend that is coming up ahead of you. And I will see you next Wednesday for Hello Again Wednesday. I think for this one, we're at number 23. I'm going to actually try and do that intro as an outro. We'll see what happens as I am outroing that music.